Russian President Vladimir Putin responds to his American counterpart Donald Trump's peace initiative by launching yet another series of missile and drone strikes on Ukraine. This is seen as Putin's disrespect for Trump, as well as a mockery of his peace initiatives. The latest strikes by the Russian army on Kiev are a testament to this. Recall, a massive Russian airstrike on Kyiv killed at least 15 people overnight, including children aged 2, 14 and 17. At least 48 others were injured, and rescue operations are still underway as emergency crews continue searching the rubble of destroyed residential buildings. In the Donetsk district of Kyiv, a missile tore through the third and fourth floors of a 5-story apartment block, collapsing part of the structure. 3 people have been pulled alive from the rubble, but Interior Minister Ihor Klimenko said more may still be trapped. Among the dead is a 14-year-old girl. An 11-year-old child was rescued but remains in critical condition. Across the city, more than 500 emergency responders and 1,000 police officers are deployed using specialized rescue teams, climbers, K9 units, engineers and robotic equipment to speed up search operations. Russia launched 629 missiles and drones across Ukraine, and Ukraine's air defenses shot down 589. Despite the high interception rate, impacts and falling debris were recorded at nearly 40 locations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the strike as further proof that Russia has no intention of ending the war. These Russian missiles and drones are a clear response to those around the world who for weeks and months have been calling for a ceasefire and for real diplomacy. Russia chooses ballistics, not negotiations. It chooses continued killings, not ending the war. And this means Russia still feels no fear of consequences, he said. Kiev City Mayor Vitaly Klitschko stated that August the 29th will be declared a day of mourning in Kiev. On this day, flags will be flown at half-mast on all municipal buildings in the city. It is also recommended that national flags be flown at half-mast on public and private buildings. All entertainment events will be prohibited in the city. Russia has no military reason to attack Ukrainian cities. No strikes on Kyiv, Lviv, Vinnytsia or Poltava affect the front line. The only purpose of this is to intimidate the civilian population. This is what distinguishes a tactic of terror from deliberate killings. A killer aims to kill someone specific, whereas for a terrorist, it doesn't matter who they kill. On the contrary, it's important that the victims are random. Children, adults, women, men, civilians or soldiers, it doesn't matter. No one should feel safe. So, Putin mocks the peace efforts of US President Donald Trump. Experts believe that despite the gentle words of Donald Trump about Russian dictator, the head of the White House seems to have opened his eyes to the real intentions of the Kremlin. The summer attacks disrupted oil refining and exports, which ultimately led to gasoline shortages in some regions of the Russian Federation. Experts believe that Ukraine is raising the stakes in potential peace talks with such actions. Kiev is seeking to challenge the view that Ukraine has already lost the war. Reuters reports. The source writes that attacks by Ukrainian drones on 10 Russian oil refineries disrupted the operation of 17% of Russia's oil refining capacity, about 1.1 million barrels of oil per day. Moreover, the strikes on the refinery came at the peak of seasonal demand for gasoline in Russia among farmers and tourists. Currently, there is a shortage of gasoline in the occupied territories of Ukraine, Crimea and the Far East. We will survive, but this is a serious blow to our family budget. It is really noticeable, said Svetlana Bazanova, a resident of occupied Sevastopol. Long lines of cars have formed at petrol stations in the Far East port city of Vladivostok, with local authorities blaming the shortages on the seasonal influx of tourists. The Kremlin is heavily dependent on gas and oil exports, as revenues from their sale account for about 25% of the Russian budget. While the Russian economy is coping with Western sanctions, production growth has slowed, causing concern in the Kremlin. The fire at the refinery in Novochakhtinsk is still ongoing, and the drones of the Ukrainian armed forces have already attacked the Druzhba oil pipeline 3 times in a month. Reuters reports that as a result of the Ukrainian drone strike on the Russian port of Ust-Luga in the Leningrad region, Novatek's largest gas condensate processing complex stopped operations. According to the agency, a fire broke out at the plant that was hit. Part of the production facilities were put out of action. One of the interlocutors said, because of the fire, the entire complex was stopped. It is still unclear when and in what volume processing will resume. The situation at the plant remains unclear. 2 sources reported that 1 processing unit was damaged, while 2 others claim that 2 splitters were damaged. In any case, the entire complex has been shut down. According to Reuters sources, Novatek will be forced to reduce oil supplies abroad. Instead of processed product, the company plans to export stable gas condensate. Previously, about 420,000 tons of oil were exported from this terminal every month. The Ust-Luga complex was commissioned in 2023. Initially, 2 units with a capacity of 3 million tons of raw material processing per year each operated there. In August 2024, Novatek launched a 3rd unit of the same capacity, which allowed it to significantly increase export volumes. This is not the first time the enterprise has come under attack. In January 2024, drones already attacked Novatek's terminal in Ust-Luga, causing a fire and stopping processing for about a month. Work was resumed only in February. The latest attack is yet another sign that Russia's energy infrastructure remains highly vulnerable to drone strikes. A strike on such a large facility, which plays a key role in Russian fuel exports, could cause serious economic damage to Moscow.